Good morning. Good morning. Oh my goodness. We had the most epic day, and I've given myself some space today so I can stand back a little further from the screen. We talked so much yesterday afternoon about the journey, about the process of you evolving in your business. And there are no awards for this. There are no one's standing by going, good job, man. You have grown and evolved and changed so much on this business journey. You are doing good job, good job. There's no one. In fact, people often do the opposite. And so we're having this conversation about how people are not relating with the you are today. They're relating with the you they knew. And if you're anything like me, you're probably growing and evolving quickly purely because you're on this journey of business. And if we don't grow and evolve, it is going to steamroll you. And so what happens is, as you level up, as you grow, as you change, as you get more focused on how do I control this? Like, what am I in control of? How am I going to experience this in a way that's most resourceful, serving me going forward? The more that you do that, the more that you shine a light on what other people aren't doing. And they find that uncomfortable. And they don't even know that that's what they're finding uncomfortable. They will say, you've changed. And that's the whole point. If we didn't change, we'd all still be crawling with nappies on, right? If we didn't grow and change and learn and adapt, we would not go forward. And so often what people are struggling with is not that you're being a bad person or doing it wrong or saying things unkindly or any of those things. What they are struggling with is their ability to relate with the new version of you, because you didn't show up and meet their expectations. You didn't show up and fulfill the model that they had for you. You've grown out of that model, out of that box that they had for you on this journey. And that can be tough. In fact, I don't think it can be tough. I think it is tough, because often they're people that you love most. Often they're people that you spend the most time with, and they really struggle with you going on this journey. And we are constantly looking for someone to say, hey, good job, you're doing so great. Well, we're kind of taught at school, if you finished the race first, you got an award. And if you did a great job in the exams, you got an award. And if you were great on the as a musician, as a singer, as a performer, you got an award, right? So we were taught at school that effort and evolution gets rewarded. And yet on this journey, often you have to do so much of that effort and evolution and results without any of that. There's no finish line on the business journey. There's no finish line on the development that you're going to have to do to be a great business owner. There just isn't. And so learning to embrace the journey as you go along, to be looking all the time at, oh, wow, that was me yesterday. Look how much better I'm doing today. And it can be the smallest of things. We spent yesterday talking about communication, because I don't know about you, but humans, we're not taught how to communicate well. And often inside our businesses, especially if you've started to build a team, all the friction comes from people not feeling understood and not feeling heard. And so our ability to communicate well and to empower our team, not just to be understood, but to understand as well, is huge. It's going to give you back so much time. And in doing this process where we're talking about, how are we going to get better at our communication, sometimes no one else is going to notice but us. Sometimes people are going to be like, well, I expect you to be good at that. I expect that you will be a perfect human being, which doesn't exist. I will expect you to do everything exactly the right way based on my expectations of you, whether they are an employee of yours, whether they're a customer of yours, whether they're a supplier, some other advisor in your world. Like, everyone's going to have expectations. And if you don't meet them, you're letting them down. But it's not something you've got control over. So what we've got to get really good at is going to ourselves, oh man, I learned some new stuff yesterday, and today I applied it And that makes me awesome today. We really need to lean strongly into embracing the experience, embracing the journey, because no day's promised. No day's promised. So if today you aren't doing the things that light you up and excite you and make you proud of you, because that's the only person that ultimately matters. Okay, there's some like close people that you mind, like for me, I've got my Johnny and my Scarlett and, a few close friends and my team. Like there's a few people that I really mind, and I'm going to listen to their feedback, which with a much higher level of regard. Whereas you probably are listening to the wrong people on this experience. And the only person that really matters is when you look at yesterday you and today you, are you proud of who you're evolving and who you're becoming? And if you're not, that's okay. That's part of the journey. That's part of the noticing. That's part of the shifting and going, hey, I'm going to level up today. What one small thing am I going to change? Is it the way that I communicate? Is it the way that I'm managing my emotional state when I'm dealing with people? Is it, am I going to start to notice the thoughts, those really naughty ones that get in there and say nasty things to you sometimes? What are the things that you're going to do that enable you to show up and be great? So for you, for your business, there is no awards. There's no ceremony. Yeah, there's business awards and all that stuff. That's a whole nother conversation. The reality is this journey that you are on as a business owner, you're going to have to be your own best cheerleader, and you're going to have to embrace the journey because it's going to have ups and downs. But if you look back and look at the incremental process, if you look at the incremental progress that you've made since you started on this journey, it is phenomenal what you've achieved even in the last month. So embrace the journey, embrace this experience. Like, you are amazing. You are doing things that so few people in the world will do. And yeah, I get it. It's not hard. I'm not ever going to stand here and tell you that it's easy, ever. It is hard. It is work. It does require evolution. It does require constantly looking in the mirror, which is not a comfortable thing to do, and go, how can I be better? How can I do better? What can I change? And that's part of the fun. Just a game. Right? How can I be a better player today than I was yesterday? Because once you've figured out how to play that part of it and enjoy the experience of playing the game, not whether you're winning or losing or whether someone's giving you player of the day, then you're going to find that one, you enjoy the experience so much more, and two, you're probably going to find more ease and flow in what you do.